Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today we are at Tanger Outlets Shopping Center in Sevierville, Tennessee, where we've just been going around looking at the parking lot and seeing different stores and things like that. So we actually have a store right here that we're going to go in after you walk. There are so many cool things that you can buy here. Lots of winter clothing, all different sizes, and the best thing is there's so many good deals going on. So make sure to check it out. Now back to you guys.
When I became disabled, I lost my ability to work. It was then I knew I should have called the Garza Law Firm first.
At Garza Law Firm, we want to end your frustration and strengthen your claims so you can have the disability benefits that you need. The Garza Law Firm, let us help.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hey, Frank Murphy here with Brad Lovett, Kira Cupp, and Jim Johnson, who has a special guest.
It's my grandson, Ramar. Say hi, Ramar.
Hello.
Yeah, we had to have him. It's Bring Your Grandson to Work Day. You had that. We had that
back in August.
With
yes,
yours.
It was the August 16th episode.
It's so much fun to have your grandkids come and see what it's like behind the scenes now. You know, Ramar wants to start a YouTube channel. Yours started a YouTube channel. Artie did, right?
Well, he thinks he did. His mom, my daughter, will make videos of him. He'll tell her, but she messes with him. She'll start it recording, and then he'll tell her, "Okay, start recording," and she's like, "Okay," and it's already been recording while he's getting ready.
Oh, that's funny.
And then he'll say, "Hello, teenagers," and then he says whatever he's going to say. And at the end, he goes, "Now I hope you like this video," and then he says, "Okay, cut." And then she pretends to stop recording, but she doesn't.
Aww.
Those have got to be great
And
videos.
she keeps going
So cute.
to see what he says after he thinks the recording has stopped.
Aww.
So there you go.
Fun.
All right.
That's good stuff.
Well, thanks for coming by, Ramar, and we'll look forward to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
All right, likewise. All right, let's get the update from Brad Lovett.
We certainly will. Well, Stephanie Milani has been our guest from time to time, and she lets us know that more Americans than ever on record, 115.6 million, were expected to have traveled this holiday season. That's just in the process. Officially wrapped up yesterday, but really it goes on through the weekend. People aren't back at work till next week or the week after, whenever. Anyway, they travel this holiday season, and it's more than in nearly 20 years since AAA started tracking in 2000, representing an increase of 3.9% over last year, or 4.3 million more people packing up their sleighs for a holiday getaway. That's what the release says. I didn't make that up. Now, you don't do sleighs around here, I guess,
Not
or in
really,
the South. More than 104 million of these holiday travelers.
Down here, a sled is like in tractor pull.
Yes.
You have a sled. Tractor pulls have sleds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christmas was only what, 65?
Yeah. So we're not gonna go sledding or sleighing.
We're gonna do grilling. We're gonna do summer stuff,
sure.
right? Or spring stuff, anyway. Holiday cheer was at an all-time high, and in Tennessee, 2.76 million were expected to travel this year.
Okay. I did not. I stayed home. My travel is from Mountain Fun Life to my house and back.
Quick trip over to North Carolina.
Yeah, okay.
That was pretty much the extent of ours, but about a 3-hour drive at that, so to the other side of Asheville.
There you go.
Now, we have a gentleman in Cumberland County who, after doing the same thing 71 years, you might become an expert at it. Now, what Charles Horner does at age 86, he has made handmade musical instruments, and his customers would tell you, he might think they're not that special, but his customers would tell you something completely differently. He says his playing skills are dull, but his self-taught making skills are still sharp.
What kind of instruments are we talking about? Like guitars or like?
More traditional
Drums?
instruments, the Appalachian instruments. The,
All right. Dulcimer and things like
Dulcimer,
that.
things like that, yes. And he
Gordon
laughs about
Tarr.
his playing, but he says he didn't know what he was getting into all those 71 years ago. He also makes fiddles and other string instruments as well.
There you have it. All right.
So something that this gentleman does that's very interesting and very cool.
All right. Well, that sounds like a fun time. Anyone else play a music? I cannot play a musical instrument. I am mildly jealous of those who can.
I
But,
don't know. In my head, I like to pretend that I can.
but I also know that I don't want to put in the work to learn.
Yeah, I love to play the piano and play keyboards, and I like to sing. I have a lot of good time singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, karaoke, and I love it.
So now my wife can sing beautifully. Actually, everyone in my family can sing pretty well. But my wife and my son are both in choral groups, and they actually
yes.
practice, and they have to, do all the things. So they're able to plunk out. They've got keyboards around the house, so they can plunk out the notes when they're practicing their singing. And they can read sheet music on site. To me, it's scary when I see musical notes.
I can't read sheet music.
I lock up.
I'm a by ear player. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Your wife is a phenomenal.
Well, and my son-in-law can play the piano, and because he plays around the house, the boys, Artie, Timmy, and Charlie, they kind of are not afraid to just start playing, not just banging on the keyboard like a kid, but they have learned to put these fingers down and make a chord. Like they're children and they know how to make a
Isn't
chord.
that something? My mom, in her 70s, decided to start taking piano lessons.
Wow, that's
She bought
awesome.
a white grand piano, and she says, "I'm going to learn how to play this." And I said, "Way to go, Mom."
Hey, way to go, Mom.
think she
All
started
right,
it.
hey, give us a call at 865-978-1152 at our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals. We've got more of the show coming up after this. Frank Murphy here with my friend Ann McKinney on Morning in the Mountains. Ann, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate you being here.
Well, Frank, thank you for inviting me. I'm pleased to be here.
Ann McKinney, you're an attorney at law.
That's right. That's right.
And
For 40 plus years.
And I also have known you for many years as a writer and participant in the annual Front Page Follies, which lasted for 40 years.
Yes.
And not you weren't in for 40 years, but the event did. And you would always write these funny parody songs about current events.
Yes.
Which kind of ties into your profession as a lawyer. You're able to use humor to sell the message of what we need to do to plan our affairs.
Right, Frank. I teach at the UT Law School, and I give lots and lots of seminars from time to time.
Yeah.
And sometimes the law in estate planning and probate and other topics can be deadly dull. And so I try to put to music something lighthearted to get the message across, but to do it in a way that people enjoy.
Now, a lot of our viewers are maybe recently moved to Tennessee to retire to the Smokies or just to move here because of the different advantages. I mean, I'm thinking of a couple I know who recently left California. They knew they had to get out of California, did their research, and decided Tennessee was the place to be. They didn't know anybody in Tennessee. They just knew that they needed to be there, or be here rather, from California. And I think that happens a lot with our viewers from Ohio and Michigan and everywhere, Illinois.
Lots and lots of good reasons to come to Tennessee from the standpoint of a lawyer who does taxes and estate planning.
Okay.
And we would start with the history of Tennessee. We've had a couple of really good governors, Bredesen and Haslam. They were both businessmen and they understood.
I noticed that you mentioned a Democrat and a Republican
I did on purpose. But they were both businessmen and they worked really hard hard to make Tennessee an appealing place to live for individuals who are considering retirement.
Okay.
And those years ago, they were competing with Florida and Texas,
Yeah.
didn't have an income tax there, didn't have an inheritance tax there, didn't have a gift tax. So over time, since Bredeson's reign, we have permanently abolished Tennessee's gift tax.
Oh, really?
We've abolished Tennessee's inheritance tax. We've changed the trust law in Tennessee to make it very flexible and very appealing to people who are settling here and becoming residents who are updating their wills.
Yeah.
And they want to figure out, okay, if I have a daughter who's great and a son-in-law who might be spending all the money I might leave to my daughter-in-law, what do I do? What kind of trust can I set up? Who could be the trustee?
I see.
We have an extremely flexible set of laws deliberately passed to make it possible.
To make it easier.
Carry out their wishes. Mhm.
That's really excellent.
Yes.
Because I hear about, I was thinking that a lot of us moved to Tennessee for geographic reasons. You hear about the halfbacks from the northern states, Illinois and mainly Michigan. They'll move to Florida, find that it's too far from the kids, from the family, and they move half back, which is Tennessee. Halfway back from Florida is right here where we are. But then you find out, wait, it's beautiful. It's got all the amenities of a vacation resort. It's got enough of the seasons. But now you're saying, from financial purposes, it's ideal.
There are CPAs and tax attorneys all over the country who are doing this kind of analysis for people, many people of wealth,
Yeah.
people generally who are looking to find that place to retire. And in addition to our laws and our taxes, we are right now abolishing the last remnants of an income tax in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So next year there is a 1% tax on certain dividends and income, and after next year we won't have any
No
type of income tax in
Now,
Tennessee.
what about for people without wealth?
People, well, for people without
Like,
wealth,
no wealth.
It still doesn't matter. We still have wonderful things to offer. Years ago, NPR did a study. They hired actors to come to various markets throughout the USA.
Okay.
And those actors had an armful of packages and they would approach a door, or they had a stamped envelope and they would drop it on the sidewalk, or they would ask someone for the time.
Yeah.
And they measured the responses of the people on the street to those individuals. And what they found was that in Knoxville, Tennessee, in Chattanooga, in Nashville, in the major cities in Tennessee, we were the friendliest people in the USA.
Well, I will vouch for that from my own personal experience, having lived in the New York suburbs, the Washington suburbs, and the Los Angeles suburbs, and now here I am in the Smoky Mountains, and it's definitely nicer.
The other thing is that whether you're of wealth or not, oftentimes you may have a family member who truly needs a trust, a family member who can't inherit your house outright. We've got to do something to control that inheritance. And those tax laws and the trust laws that we have are very favorable at all levels of wealth.
I'm going to have you come back to tell us more, Ann McKinney.
Okay.
We're looking at a zoomed-in picture from your website, and the easy way to find your website is?
Passitonwell.com. Just type-
Passitonwell.com.
Passitonwell.com.
And that's where we got this picture from.
Yeah.
We're zoomed in on. All right. Well, Ann McKinney, thank you so much. We'll have you on again real soon.
Okay.
All right. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Thanks for watching Morning in the Mountains on 1/2/20. That's today's date.
It is.
It's going to have a lot of fun with numbers this year, I think, with 20 being the year. It's Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson. I started laughing at numbers. Why? It's not even funny. Frank Murphy with Jim Johnson, Kira Cup, and Brad Lovett. So happy 1/2/20, Kira.
Happy 1/2/20 to you too.
I think we got some Ask Frank Live coming up a little later today. So we'll have to think of some
do.
1/2/20 jokes for that.
I'm sure you'll figure something
All
out.
right. Brad, what else we got going on?
Well, here's the 2020 news for today, and I have to do my deep voice radio thing here. We were talking about a gentleman who made his own instruments in Cumberland County for 71 years.
He must be awfully tired then.
He must be awfully tired, yes, but enjoying it. His friends and customers enjoy it too. He's 86 years old, making stringed instruments like fiddles and even the occasional dulcimer, as I believe. And we were talking a little bit about musical instruments we play or did not, and I played guitar, or at least tried to.
Yeah.
I could at least play Pipeline. That's about it. But I still remember to
Pipeline
this day.
is an old Surfaris
Yes.
song, or some kind of surf guitar song. It's a
right.
really famous surf guitar. It's a great song, actually.
I was thinking it was some kind of instrument.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that, because
Thank you.
Yes. we did lose Dick Dale, king of the surf guitar, this past year.
oh,
But this gentleman, Charles, does that. Now, I remember playing guitar with one of my best friends at the time, and to this day, I can still hear his mother saying, "Tim, turn that down." Because we'd be with our speakers out, garage band kind of deal.
now if I
want
want to relate to Kira with terms of surf guitar, I got a connection. I've got a way. I've got a way that I can relate surf guitar to you.
How?
You'll be surprised. The style of surf guitar, which was mainly like these guys, the Hawaii Five-0 theme by the Ventures, and this Surfaris, and these other type of songs like we're talking about.
Wait, let me guess.
Pipeline.
Do you play it with your feet?
No, but that would be great.
That would be. I mean, you said surfing, so I.
But it's a certain style of surf guitar music which is used in the theme song to the 1960s TV show, The Munsters.
Munsters! Yay, I like that show.
go.
There's some surf guitar in there. It's one of the things they do. In fact, when
That's cool.
who was it? Was it Weezer? Maybe it wasn't Weezer. Somebody did a song in 2017 or 18 that incorporated. That was the Uma Thurman song. Who did that? Anyway,
I don't know.
That's got the Munsters theme mixed into it.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either, Frank. You're just a wealth of information. I love it.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the Munsters theme, and then it goes back to the Uma Thurman bit.
I'm never going to be able to listen to that song the same way again.
Well, you're not supposed to. That's why you're supposed to think of the Munsters when you hear the song. Bum, 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 bum. Back to you, Brad.
Alrighty. Now, we have a lot of folks who visit Tennessee, and especially our area in East Tennessee.
Yeah, we're big with tourists.
And a lot of folks who want to move here, too. Now, some not necessarily good news. Good news if you're selling your house, though. If you're buying, not so much. Housing report says Tennessee home prices increased last quarter compared to the same period in 2018, but total home permits dropped. And the folks at the Middle Tennessee State University Business and Economic Research Center say home prices increased by about 6%.
But if you're moving out of New York or Boston or Los Angeles or anywhere in California, really, you sell that house there, you cash out, and then you come and you buy a house in Tennessee, you're still saving a lot of money, and you get to put something in the bank.
Yeah, and then also our taxes are a lot cheaper.
Absolutely.
I just did a post on that the other day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
We're like 0.5% here, and Illinois is like almost 3% of
Yeah,
your
the
home
property
value.
tax,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Now,
shocking.
my friend Bean came to Tennessee to visit some friends who were in Crossville. I said, why are they in Crossville? He's like, well, California was too expensive. They just did some research and they just decided they're going to live in Crossville. That's why it happens all the time. People just do the research and I'm getting out of California, I'm going to Tennessee.
Well, when you think about it, if you have a house in different places, it could be, one was like $11,000 a year for property tax.
Oh
That's
my
almost
goodness.
$1,000 a month on a $500,000 house. It's like, that's
Can't afford it.
insanity.
Yeah.
That's like an extra $1,000 a month. I'm like, move here, save your money.
Save money? Did you say save money?
I did, save
You
money.
mean like in the Smoky Mountains to save money?
Yes.
Kara, how could I save money in the Smoky Mountains?
You can save money by calling our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals operator, 865-978-1152.
Boom. We'll be back with more of the show after this.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
It's time for sports on Morning in the Mountains, and today, of course, a huge day because we got the Vols playing in a bowl game.
Absolutely.
So let's save that for the end.
Okay.
And run through everything else first, if that's all right.
Well,
Rich Haley is here, our sports director.
Yep. So we've been concentrating on the bowl games, so we're going to start and give you a little bit of a break from football and talk about basketball.
All right.
The Lady Vols SEC season opens up tonight. They play at 5 o'clock home against Missouri. So this is the SEC opener for both teams. Lady Vols have had a pretty good pre-SEC season campaign. Lost a couple, but they've learned from them, and Coach Harper has her ladies heading in the right direction.
So this is where the stakes are higher.
Yes.
When you're playing within the conference.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
These are the game. The early games count. Every one of them counts.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
this is where you really start finding out how good your team is.
Like when it comes down to the SEC championship, things like
Exactly.
that. Gotcha.
So, then on the football field, we've got 2 bowl games. First, we're going to talk about the Birmingham Bowl. And that's enough about it. Let's go talk about the
There's a Birmingham Bowl. What's
that.
it called?
It's called the Birmingham Bowl.
Oh, all right.
And it's in Birmingham.
What does it say on the screen back there? Ticket Smarter.
Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl.
I've never heard of it.
Yes. And that's going to be Cincinnati taking on BC. And Cincinnati is a 7-point favorite.
And I think they have a pretty good musical theater department.
Okay, I would not know that.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you would know that. Yes.
University of Cincinnati?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of Broadway stars who went there.
Ah, okay.
So I think therefore their football team must be the best. I almost deadpanned that joke.
They're going to dance their way to victory.
I was able to deadpan that joke all the way to completion, but then I failed.
That's all right. All right, and so now the game that we've been waiting for over a month, the Gator Bowl. So we've got Tennessee taking on Indiana. It's another SEC Big Ten matchup.
Yeah.
And you guys know SEC and Big Ten fans just go at it over which conference is better.
Oh.
And each conference says the other one's overrated. So these head-to-head matchups are important. Mm-hmm. Now, this is going to be a tight game. The Las Vegas line is 1.5 points, which means they expect Tennessee to win by 1.5 points.
Oh, really?
So Tennessee is a slight favorite.
Over the Hoosiers.
Over the Hoosiers. You know what Hoosiers short for, right?
No, I don't actually.
Who's your daddy?
I was going to make that joke. I thought you had the real answer. I thought you were going to really tell me what a Hoosier
You know what the
was.
real answer is?
I don't.
Nobody knows. I'm serious. And I looked this up. Nobody knows where Hoosier came from.
All
So
right.
if anybody out there knows, text Frank and then he
Make
can
it up.
tell me. Or make it up.
We can make up joke because Who's Your Daddy is a perfectly good
Yes.
joke. All right.
So again, that's going to be the big game of the night. Starts at 7 o'clock. Tune in, watch, go Vols, and let's send the season out on a high note.
All right. So all this extra practice has paid off. And if they win this, is there money involved? Is there...
There's not money for the team, but there's perks
They have
and
money for being in the game?
Yes,
So
the
that's already
program
happened.
gets money.
Whether
Yes.
you win or lose, that's the big deal, is to be in it. All right.
Yes,
And this will help recruiting and everything.
absolutely.
Next year. All right. Well, very cool. All
right.
right. Go Vols.
Yay!
What time?
That's at 7 o'clock
On ESPN.
on ESPN.
I don't have cable. Okay. Moving on.
Well, you can come over to my house and watch it.
There you have it. It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. We'll be back with more after this.
Being a successful business is a lot of work, especially when you have to design your own media projects and advertisements. Let us take care of your media needs. We offer a large variety of services such as photography, videography, print magazine, live streaming, and so much more. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com. We look forward to working with you. We now have our own magazine. Our prints are located in shops, gas stations, hotels, ballparks, all over the Smoky Mountain region. We offer a concierge service for cabins, hotels, resorts, and individuals. A portion of any of our services or ad space may be applied as ticket value to the cost of any service or ad you book through us. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com.
It was Fall Out Boy. I was talking a little bit ago, before the sports, we were trying to remember who sang the song Uma Thurman. It was a couple of years back. And I knew it was somebody like a Weezer, but it wasn't. It was Fall Out Boy, another one of those bands from the 2000s.
Fun stuff.
And Jim, we listened to it a little bit during the commercial break.
Yeah.
It's got the Munsters theme in it, which you recognized.
Exactly.
Can you dance like? And I think it's a reference, if I'm not mistaken, it's a reference to Uma Thurman doing the 1960s Batusi in Pulp Fiction. So there it takes you back to another show that was influenced by the surf guitar culture, which is the 1960s Batman. So
that show.
boom, it all comes back.
Yes.
Happy 2020, everybody. Am I right, Brad?
Yes.
Thank you. We appreciate you watching us on Morning in the Mountains. Brad Levitt, Kira Cup, Jim Johnson. So go enjoy some Uma Thurman music today by Fall Out Boy, because that's what we're thinking about here. And we'll talk to you back here tomorrow, because tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, is Friday.
It is Friday.
So today is Friday Eve, which means that Kira and I will be back in half an hour or so to do an Ask Frank live show with tickets that you can win. So make sure you keep your Facebook notifications on for Mountain Fun Life.